Thank you for joining us on the Frankie and Rose Show. Now, many great things come to mind when I think of my next guest. She began rhyming at the age of 12 and has been on the move ever since, creating and paving the way for some of today's female MCs. Taking the rap and hip hop world by storm also opened up many other doors for this lady, sending her off into the world of acting, appearing on shows such as New York Undercover with Malik Yoba, In the House with LL Cool J, My Wife and Kids, and much more. Today, this young lady can not only school you on becoming a successful MC, but she can also teach you how to become a successful businesswoman. And we are certainly glad to have her on the show tonight. MC Lyte, welcome to the Frankie and Rose Show. How are you?
I am well. Thank you very much for that introduction. And thank you for the platform.
Now, many women look to you as a symbol of strength, being a pioneer in the hip hop industry for a lot of MCs. Talk to us about the challenges of breaking in the industry as a female in the late 80s and some of the obstacles you still see women facing in the music industry today.
Well, I definitely, thank you for the question, by the way. I think with breaking into the business, I was unaware. I was just too young. And I think at that point, my manager and probably, the record label, those are the people who really felt it the most, because they were the ones that were on the front line dealing with the rejection of why they, shouldn't use me for this or that because I was a female in rap. So I didn't really incur those types of stops. But once I got older, I did understand there was a major difference, and that although they could invite me to be on the shows with guys, my manager often had to fight for me to get the amount of money that was due to me, and then also the correct billing. So there were things that I came into the knowledge of the more I got through the business. But it's still very male-dominated, and I think, for a woman, you have to be better than good. So you've got to come with your A game.
Now, from music to acting and transitioning over into the world of business, what are some tips that you can give us about staying true to yourself?
Well, I would imagine the first thing is knowing what it is that you want out of it. What you want out of it and what you're willing to give it, because what you will give will be, equal to what it is you'll be able to get out. And so in the very beginning, I made it all about inspiring other people. So that allows me to do a number of different things because I'm still hitting the goal that was intended. So I would say for everyone to sort of set the foundation of what it is that you want to do. If you're an artist, what it is that you want to talk about, what it is that you won't talk about. Give yourself some rules, some parameters, give yourself some barriers, and give yourself some freedoms. And then when you're stepping outside of your own integrity and what you need to do to pull it back in to get right with yourself.
Now, many young women are trying to find their way in life, and at the same time, they're being victimized by the hip-hop genre. They live in the reality where sex sells, and they feel like they may have to give themselves away in that form to achieve success. What words of wisdom would you have for a young woman who's struggling with this?
Yeah, it's such a sad place that we've come to, but I have to be completely optimistic about it, or else I might as well just give up everything that I do. Hip Hop Sisters is a network that I created. It has a couple of different prongs to it, but I'll speak about the one that addresses what it is that you're talking about now, and that is the Hip Hop Sisters Foundation, where we look to redefine the essence of young girls and young women through hip hop, through unity, empowerment, encouragement. But most of all, the mission is to help them define themselves for themselves so that they're not caught up in a web of having to pretend to be these characters that are made up in these songs and in these videos by most of today's male rappers. Unfortunately, it's meant to do exactly what it is that you just said. It's meant to dehumanize, and it's meant to hypersexualize young girls today and have them really confused. And right now, I'm not really talking about those who are looking to be artists. I'm talking about those who are just living. I feel like it is a war on women in these lyrics, and also a war on men. I feel like we're being bullied in these songs, pushed and probed and told what we're not, told what we're going to do, told that we're less than.
Right.
So it is a huge fight. But I think just as that music pushes out those types of messages, we on the other side have to be ready and willing to promote a message that comes from a much higher place.
Now, MC Lyte, you are the chairman of the board for Hip Hop Sisters. Is this something that women can become involved in who are looking to become the next FemC?
Absolutely. Hip Hop Sisters artistry is the side of things that I started probably about six or 7 years ago. And that has everything to do with lending a platform to these young ladies who are MCs, DJs, journalists, photographers, choreographers, just women who love hip-hop music and the culture and the community that it really brings into play. And then, of course, men are welcome, just as long as they show respect to the queens that live there at hiphopsisters.com. But there they can put their videos, they can have their music, their pictures, and they can do an exchange of information, which I think is very important for people to swap ideas, but also to swap knowledge. And, once in a while we'll do a huge conference call. We'll have about 100 girls on the line, and I'll have an expert publisher come on and tell them what it means to protect and copyright their works. Or, I'll have a financial expert come on and tell them, what's the best way to help to save their money in order to invest their money into the careers that they want to have. So yeah, there's different sides to it. That side deals with the artistry, and then the foundation just deals with young girls all over.
Now, many of us are looking forward to seeing you and what you have coming up for 2013. Can you tell us what you have coming in the new year?
Well, in order to go forth, I'll go back just a bit. Hip Hop Sisters gave away 2 $100,000 scholarships at the University of Wisconsin-Madison last fall at the Soul Train Awards, and we are going to give away another one this year. And, depending on the submissions, maybe we'll luck up and give away another 2. And the same thing goes for 2014. So I'm excited about that. I still have the radio show, Cafe Mocha Radio. I am one of 3 hosts, and we are on radio about 28 stations across the nation, New York, Chicago, Virginia, D.C., all of those included. And we also are on Sirius XM 3 times a week. And that show is pretty much like The View on radio. But there's TV to look forward, there's music to look forward to, and hopefully I'll be speaking in an area near your listeners very soon.
Thank you so much for joining us, MC Lyte, for stopping by on the Frankie and Rose Show.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much for the platform, and God bless you for all of the support that you've given me throughout the years. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Now, if you've missed a portion of tonight's show and you'd like to watch it again, please feel free to visit us on the website listed on the screen for the Frankie and Rose Show. We'll be right back.